This video captures a chaotic and highly disruptive Zoom courtroom hearing where a defendant, Mr. Matson, repeatedly challenges the authority of the court. What begins as a routine proceeding quickly turns into a tense exchange, as the judge struggles to maintain control while the defendant constantly interrupts, refuses to follow instructions, and raises irrelevant demands. His behavior reflects a misunderstanding of legal processes, as he questions the court's legitimacy and attempts to introduce arguments that have no standing in law. As the hearing progresses, the judge patiently explains the situation, clarifying that this is a criminal matter involving a probation violation after a prior guilty plea. Despite these explanations, Mr. Matson continues to speak over the judge, forcing the court to mute him multiple times just to proceed. His requests, such as demanding specific officials be present or seeking limited legal assistance, only add to the confusion and delay the process further. Overall, the video highlights the growing difficulty courts face when handling uncooperative defendants in virtual hearings. It shows how disruptive behavior not only slows down justice but also tests the limits of courtroom patience and authority in an online setting.
Required to advise you at all stages of the proceeding that you do have a right to be represented by an attorney, and if you can't afford an attorney, the court will appoint one for you at public expense. Do you understand that?
I don't think you'd be violating your oath of office, Your Honor, by allowing me to the right to a fighting clause.
Sir, I didn't ask you about any of that. I asked you if you understand.
I will, however,
Mr. Matson, don't interrupt me. The question I asked you is whether you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney.
I do understand I have a right to be represented by an attorney or not. Yes, sir.
Okay. You've previously waived that right. As I said, I have to advise you that at every stage of the hearing. So I have to ask you again, would you like to be represented by an attorney at this point?
As I started to say, Your Honor, I don't want the representation. However, I will use the help of handling paperwork due to my means here and having access to certain things in paperwork. I will use your court-appointed attorneys just to help with some paperwork.
Okay, so you don't have a right to have the public defender's office do your paperwork or handle any of that. You have the right to have them represent you or not represent you. So that is your choice.
Not represent me, that's fine then.
All right. So you've previously been arraigned on the probation violation. Do you know how you want to proceed? So your options are you can plead to it if you want, which means you'd be admitting guilt. The other option is that I can set it for a hearing and we can have a hearing on the matter, and then I'll decide based on the evidence submitted at that hearing.
Your Honor, all due respect, I wish, are you working under oath of office today, sir?
Sir, I'm not going to answer these questions or deal with this. We've dealt with you before, and your sovereign citizen arguments, I've rejected them all.
Citizen.
Sir, do not interrupt me. Do you want to have a hearing or do you want to plead?
I'll take your silence under your oath, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you want to have a hearing or do you want to plead?
I want the hearing. I want to go to trial, and I want to go within the 90 days to a trial or sooner.
All right. So Sierra will need about a 1-hour hearing on a probation violation.
As well as I'd like you to have the arresting officers that arrested me on that day. I would like their sergeant to be dressed in uniform.
So we will have you in person here from the jail.
All right, exactly what the hearing is going to be on that day.
So you've been charged with a violation of the terms of your probation.
Yeah.
For failing to report. So the hearing is going to be to determine whether or not you failed to report.
Okay, so it's going to be the trial that day.
Correct.
Okay, can I have the state police sergeant there at that trial?
What state police sergeant?
The state police sergeant of the arresting officers on the night of my arrest.
As the hearing wraps up, The tension in the virtual courtroom makes one thing very clear: order and respect are essential for the legal system to function properly. Despite multiple interruptions and ongoing resistance from the defendant, the judge remains composed and focused on moving the case forward. Ultimately, the court schedules a new in-person hearing, reinforcing the idea that serious matters require a controlled and respectful environment where proper procedures can be followed without disruption. This situation highlights an important reality. No matter what personal beliefs or arguments someone may have, the courtroom operates under established laws and rules that must be respected. When a defendant refuses to cooperate or continuously disrupts proceedings, it not only weakens their own case but also wastes valuable court time and resources. In the end, accountability becomes unavoidable, and the system continues to move forward, reminding everyone that respect for the court is not optional, it's necessary for justice to be served.